Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some more Gallic Rigsby's War in the West. So, this is not a new series, this is just basically... I'm doing a little announcement video, saying I will be on holiday from tomorrow for the next 2 weeks. So I just thought I'd do a little video, just so you guys are aware of that one, and also so you can see an interesting scenario, and just have a little practice. So then, this is basically... the final offensive of Germany. Well, not the final, but the... I'll just call it the final blitzkrieg. Basically, the idea being we drive on through and try to reach Antwerp. Indeed, so let's see what forces we have available. Now we are in the air planning stage, are we not? So let's take a look. Right. So there's a good number of airfields over here. Do we know what kind of planes they have? 174 fighters, 17 bombers for the auxiliary. 91 fighters. 117 fighters. 104 fighters, okay. And right over here, 177 fighters. Right, so this is where we should hit. Okay. Right. Ah, right, okay, I see. Right, that's acceptable. What are the weather conditions? Ooh, they're not fantastic, I'll put it that way. And the following week, similarly, not fantastic. Looks like that band of low pressure perhaps has moved on. Right then. So we have a good number of BF-109s over here. A few Heinkels actually. 219s. Night fighters, okay. Some Junkers. Night fighters. They will be on ground support then. I mean, I could have them on air superiority, that could be a thing. I think we'll go for air superiority then. If that's even possible. I mean, what are we dealing with here? Yeah, that's a good number of allied planes. So perhaps even another attack over here would be worthwhile, considering there's a good number of aircraft over there. Aye. 177 fighters. Aye, I think we should hit this airfield if possible. Ground attack. Righto. Confirm. Confirm air directive. And reconnaissance would help out as well. Okay, reconnaissance on this airfield too. That will do nicely. Hopefully we can put these airplanes to work and see what we've got. Right, so we have reconnaissance over here. Right, let's turn that off. Reconnaissance, ground attack, okay. So we're basically going to be hitting the three principal airfields of the Allies. That's good then, so they've dealt with that one. So again, we'll take a look at the numbers here. 160 planes, 199, and apparently 0 over here. Now, I imagine that's just to preempt the attack, but we might be better off changing that and instead attacking a other airfield. Maybe the one down here, perhaps. Considering that's a large number of fighters. It's not in an urban hex, so it's not going to have any sort of, well, anywhere near the amount of AA. So in fact, we are going to change that directive then. Okay. Righto. Is it here that they're based? It is indeed. Good. Right, ground attack. Okay. Yep, gonna take that. Reconnaissance. Change that hex to over here. Ground attack. 2. here. Now, let's take a look at these priorities. I guess we should be able to. Intensity. Ah, there we go, target priorities. Airfield, yep, there we go, fantastic. Set that air doctrine, okay. Now I'm also going to issue another doctrine. Well, no, I'm going to wait actually, we'll wait until the following phase. I don't want to give them too many orders. So, that's looking fairly decent. Hopefully our planes will be able to manage those. Could I summon any other planes? I say summon as if they're flipping magical. Right, let's take a look at our airfields themselves. So our airfields are pretty fine. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any issues over here. We do have a few unoccupied airfields, of course. Let's see. Righto. Essen Airbase. So there's nothing in the National Reserve then, so that's fair enough. Bloody hell, the damage to these production facilities is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Okay. So allow this airface to go through then. So we're going to exit... Well, actually, I'll just make sure that it's signed properly. So set these directives. I'm going to turn off this as well. So set these directives. Just make sure that they're on properly. Oh, it's bloody... Right, that's correct, that's correct. Reconnaissance. Bloody hell. Right, what are we hitting here? Right, that's much better. I should have turned off that automated. Ah, dear. Okay. Reconnaissance, cancel. Cancel. I may stick on with the ground support actually, but we'll see. Right, so ground attack, I'm going to go hit that airfield. It's going to be size 1, sorry, size 0 actually. Yes, over there. And reconnaissance. There we go. Now ground support you will also run. Right. Who are you under? The 6th Panzer Army. Okay. So we're going to look for the 6th Panzer. Right, there we go. So you will support the 6th Panzer Army. Confirm. Good. Right, I don't think we're hitting this airbase over here, so we need to change that. Confirm. Reconnaissance over here. Confirm. Right. Now we do have 700 fighters yet. Right, so we are hitting these airfields. Ground support over here. Yep. Okay. And let's see. Possibly air superiority over this region here, perhaps. Would not be a bad idea. Though, more air support could be quite handy. 84 bombers. A good number of fighters, though. Right, your base over here, actually. Okay, let's see. Well, considering you're based over there... Right. I'll give more ground support to the panzers of the 6th Army. Right, there we go, confirm. Right then, how many planes do you have assigned to you? Yeah, you can see that's a lot of support there. 121 bombers and 669 fighters as far as I'm aware. Even some ME-262s. Fantastic. These are reconnaissance aircraft. Assign. Okay. Right then. So we do have some administrative points. I'm going to put them to use in a moment. So we're going to have this go through. So I'm going to have this committed. Right, commit. There we go. And execute. Right, we are losing a lot of planes here. Of course, a lot of planes. But if I can hit these airfields, it's going to make a big difference. At least I would have hoped so, but I mean, we have lost a lot of planes in the air there. Okay. Yes, 298 planes lost. That's absolutely unacceptable. So, I'm going to cancel these. Add a reconnaissance. There we go. So in the future, they will basically be assigned to help out these ground forces and try to cover them. Okay, what can we expect from the weather of next turn? Okay. Right. Is it you who has that? Let's see. Yep, King Tigers, I want you reassigned. How can I have you removed? Relocate units. See, I'm not... Actually, let's see. Right, that'll be picking a new headquarters. Okay. It's gonna have to accept that one then. Which is a bit of a shame. Right, let's check out the logistics. Okay, yeah, so we have level 4 priority over here. That's not too bad at all. Right. So it all comes down to where we want to break through. Supply priority. Morale is pretty bad. Experience, we don't really know anything about the allied troops here. Which is why I should have done some reconnaissance really, but ah well. Yeah, we know absolutely jack shit about them. Experience is probably something to go with. Right, so we know there's a division here. There's 2 brigades over here. There's a single brigade here. 2 brigades here. Okay, so I need to grab the town of Baston. Where is Baston? Baston is over here. And this is in fact the weakest part of the line. Which is a shame because I don't have the panzers there. Aye. That is indeed a shame. What do we have in the area? We have some Volksgrenadiers and some Volksgrenadier. Do I have anything else nearby? I do have some panzers. Okay. So... We'll have you move there. Some Panzer Grenadiers there, hardly any to be of much use really. Let us see. Volksgrenadier. I think I might move these panzers in here. Which we will do. Not much fuel. Okay, I'll have to do. Some extra to go along with them. Engineers could be quite handy. Okay. Coordinated attack. Good. Okay. I'm gonna have this artillery move forward. Coordinated attack. Right, we'll halt it here. Okay. Right, they barely held there. Barely. A little bit more they should give. If I had a chance to do a coordinated attack, that is. Right, so this is not going very well. We haven't quite got the easy breakthrough I was hoping for, which is to be expected in all honesty. I'm not entirely sure if this artillery is helping me out. I'd have to try and figure that one out myself, to be honest. Right, so the thing is here. I should have gone over here, actually. That would have made a hell of a lot more sense. So yes, they were dug in. That would make sense. A division here. There's another unit over here then, so that's probably why I was having some issues. There's only 2 here. May as well give it another swing. One more time if we can. Scouted, okay. You can't move, fair enough. Now, we'll give this a go. See, they did pretty bloody well there, actually. So, let's assign some engineers if we can. Stoke Battalion would be quite nice. Well, Stoke Brigade. That's what I like to see. Very, very good. Right. We could move up, actually, but I'll hold my position. Okay. Good. Some artillery would be quite nice. Anti-tank and some extra infantry if we have them. Okay. Come on. Close. No, okay. So it's only via coordinated attacks that we really have the best chance. I could push on this one again, which might be wise. Yeah, now this is an issue. I was really hoping that we could try and blast our way through here, but that's not proven to be reality. So that is a big issue. The good thing is we still have some panzers to throw into the affair. Some infantry as well. Actually, these men are fairly well off. Volscom Jaegers. Okay. Move this artillery up. Pioneer. Okay, come on, please. So close. They have hardly anything left, however. As if that we can't do a coordinated attack, that's killing me. Then I probably should have had more planes assigned to ground support. Oh well. Okay, so we have managed to advance 2 hexes, which is absolutely pathetic. And we should have been able to pull off something much better. And what I was hoping for was to be able to push through this front line, create a large opening, try and envelop these forces over here, make it so they have to respond. Speaking of that, actually, we are pretty weak over here, so I'll send a division down there. Security forces, that's pathetic. Right, this headquarters can move back. Headquarters. A very under-strength armored division as well. Okay. I imagine this position can be hard to hold, so hold that for the time being. Right, they're all okay. There we go. We made our lines a little bit stronger down there in the south. I will have to parcel troops out a little bit. We're still... well, we'll see how we do. We have the west wall fortifications over here. And we do have some Volksgrenadiers over here, actually. Where is reinforcement needed the most? I mean, they're fairly good. Panzergrenadiers and Armoured Division. Panzergrenadiers. That's fairly interesting that we have Panzergrenadiers and Armoured there. Okay. You men are out of steam. Righto. Move this artillery in over here. Okay. Now, I do have the slight suspicion we should be able to punch through here. Yep, there we go. Yeah, they'd lost a lot of planes here. Oh no, that was me. Great, I lost a bunch of planes. Okay, so we can move up here, which we will. Right, let's take a look at these positions. So notice the fact that they have absolutely no fortifications here. If I push here, that's going to allow these forces to be able to push up. If I push this way. They do have a lot less up here, actually, so it might be wise just to force this division aside and begin to try and drive towards our objective. Namely, well, Antwerp. Over there. Which is the entire idea of the of the actual, bloody mission. Right, hopefully that artillery supports us. Can I sign anything anti-tank wise? Anti-air? It'll do. Heavy flak I think includes the 88, so not too bad. Right, see their strength has gone down significantly here. No. Infantry division. So instead I'll attack that, see what we can do. Absolutely jack shit. Ah! Not what I wanted to see. So this has gone pretty damn badly. I'm not going to lie about that one. It's gone pretty bloody badly. We have destroyed their entrenchments, however. So yes, I mean, the issue here is obviously the fact of the enemy's zone of control, and the fact that we have so many units stacked up so closely together, so tightly, it makes it fairly difficult to actually operate. Okay. Are these men actually over here? Jägers. I'd like to have them reassigned just for defensive purposes, really. So let's see. I mean, we're fine over here, it's just this line I'm very worried about. So I'll have them reassigned over here to this headquarters. Right, I won't be able to reassign you again, so that's point taken. I'm gonna take some men, actually, from here. So break that up. And... right, see, these are the positions that aren't as manned. Well, actually, what I should have done, which I will do, actually. I can move you back, okay. We'll move you here. Can I attach some AT? That'll do. Right, but at least we've increased the amount of men that we have on this part of the line here. So that should hopefully hold a little bit. Can I attach something? No, just construction brigades, okay. So nothing too good. Right then, so I was hoping that we would have been able to break through there, but alas, no. Ah, fair enough, there's not entirely too much I can do about it. I do feel I might have been somewhat overzealous by assigning my air forces to try and hit the Americans. I would have thought it paid off a lot better, but no, it really did not. Considering we lost 567 planes like that, and that's bloody unacceptable. Bloody unacceptable. I mean, the Allies have lost 384, but that's just hurt us far more than it's hurt them. So in fact, it might be better for us to do just reconnaissance over the area, and have air superiority over our troops, and try to run things like that. Perhaps even ground attack, who knows. So yes guys, this has been a little fun taste. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you'd like to see something like this in the future. I will play some scenarios as the Allied forces in the future, especially some of the more interesting ones. However, that will be when I am back from holiday, so until that time, I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, do let me know by commenting down below, and subscribe for more if you like this. I am aware that there's not too much Getting Grigsby's out on the YouTubes at the moment, or at all really. I'm not entirely sure how many people are playing. I do know a few people, so I will have to plug them. I'll have to give them a separate shout-out video in the future. You know who you are, if you know what I'm on about. So, until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Whatever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you have a fantastic day doing whatever it is. See you next time.